G'day MMA gods, it's me again, Dougie, and this week it is UFC 311, probably the greatest January pay-per-view you have ever given us, and because of that, I'm going to start off by giving you a sacrifice, MMA gods, to your vengeful, angry souls. We sacrifice to you, MMA gods, Yuri Prochazka. You can have him. You can have him. He can go up there with you lot now. Take him, MMA gods. It's been a short time, but man, it's been a good time. We offer him as a sacrifice to you, okay? If this is the chin that you require to give us glory, then MMA gods, satiate yourselves like you like to do with the blood on Rory McDonald's face. Now, MMA gods, you might be wondering why we, the fans, are giving you one of our all-time favorites. That is because we're trying to set up something bigger and better in the future. We want to see Jamal the heel go in there with Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira has to get through Magomed Ankalaev. He probably won't, but he has to get through Magomed Ankalaev. And then by the grace of you lot, we will see Jamal Hill this time get dominated by Alex Pereira. This time he won't just slip on a banana peel. He'll get dominated. And we will see an absolute crash out, unforeseen since any Chris Curtis fight. And there's a few more asks. There's a couple. There's a lot of asks. But there's more asks, MMA gods, more asks. Kevin Holland versus Ranier de Quitter. Give them both the personal self-respect to see through 15 minutes of paid work in front of millions of people without quitting on themselves, MMA gods. I know. This one might be out of your power. This is going to be hard for both the fighters, MMA gods. But I'm sure if they really dig deep in their soul, they can take their 150k to show and their 3 months of prep and actually have a little bit of a scrap for 15 minutes without giving up. I know deep down in their souls that might be in there. So please help them with that, MMA gods. Let them do 15 minutes of hard work without just walking out the door and throwing the towel out. Saying, I'm quitting, boss. I'm out of here. And because we're giving you Yuri Prochazka, that's not all we want, MMA guys. That is not all we want. We got a few things to ask for, all right? On Saturday, Renato Moicano is going in there against Beneil Dariush. And Moicano, he needs this win, MMA gods. He needs this win. I know he doesn't look as old, as beaten up as Beneil, but he's probably older than him in cage years. He's got more injuries than Beneil, but we need him to get through this one, MMA gods, so we can have Moicano Pimlet for a number one contender shot. Imagine the hype for that 5-round co-main event. That has to happen, MMA gods. This is the script for 2025. Do not leave this one on the shelf like you did with Khabib versus Ferguson. And then MMA gods, let's get into it. Let's get into the main events. Main events, MMA gods. Co-main and main, both of them from the Nurmagomedov family. MMA gods, I've been watching this sport the entire Khabib run. I came in as a Conor fan. Then I was a Dustin fan. I was a Gaethje fan. Khabib destroyed them all, destroyed them. And then after that, I was a massive Charles Oliveira fan. How could you not be? And Islam Makhachev destroyed him again from Team Abdulmanap. A Volkanovski fan, Islam Makhachev, ended his career, made his chin useless. This is a combat sport. What are you going to do without a chin? How can you have a useless chin in a combat sports? And this is all due to Team Abdulmanap, MMA gods. They have been my Thanos for years. And I had to sit down and watch it again with Dustin Poirier. Again, he went into the arms of Islam Makhachev. It was like being a dad at the playground and watching your child go back into the weird white van that hangs around at the playground after the child already knows what's in there. Why would you want to sit through something like that again? But we did, and every single time, Team Abdulmanap wins. And now, the entire Mountain family is up against their biggest challenge. And I do not want to see these two people be the ones to beat them. Yes, I want to see them lose. I want to see Umar and Islam finally lose. But to Marambles? Bantamweight is a dead division ever since Marambles took over. It feels like we're just waiting for it to reset. It doesn't feel like Marambles is even a champion. And Armin, being the one out of everyone at lightweight, out of Dustin, Oliveira, Gaethje, Volk, probably Oliveira again, but out of all those people, all the ones that are coming, the guys that are coming up, Moicanos and Paddies, and Armin is going to be the one to destroy the Mountain Clan? I know that usually the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But no, not this time, MMA gods. Not this time. I'd rather the Mountain stay immovable. And I would rather wait for something fun. I want there to be something more fun on the other side of all this tragedy. How can you have years and years and years of tragedy of watching your favorite fighters destroyed? Personality, excitement-driven fighters beaten into submission, only to have that dark era ended by something even worse, even more boring. Like, I know Armin's not a boring fighter, you know, when it comes to the kicks and the punches, okay? That's a very real thing. I know he's not a boring fighter when it comes to the kicks and the punches. But MMA gods, right? Is Armin's going to be the one to do it? No, he's got the personality of a bucket of white paint. And Marambles, he literally cannot get a finish. He can't finish a sentence. He can't finish a fight. This is not what I want to see. Armin, I've got secret move, brother. We know what your secret move is. It's an overhand and an ankle pick. It's not that impressive, Armin. This is not the future that we want. This is not the culmination to the Abdulmanap storyline that MMA has written for the last, nearly a decade. The Abdulmanap storyline has been going. And we're going to end it with Armin and Merab? No, we are not, MMA gods. You dig deep, you hear me? You dig deep and you protect the Mountain Clan over this one. They have to get through until we have a fun, suitable challenger. Oliveira. O'Malley works his way back. These are the storylines we want. This is what we want to see. This is the ending we're choosing. This is not their final boss. So please, MMA gods, please, protect them. We ask you all this in your name. Amen.